What up, y'all? It's Joe Green here with my mate Tyson.
What's up, guys? How you doing? We're over here hanging out. It's the weekend. What have we been up to so far for the weekend, bro?
We've just been chilling.
Chilling.
Um, I've been working on some videos, even though you've probably already seen those videos by now. So, Tyson, where do you want to start?
Well, I mean, looking back, man, how long have we been mates for now? Since I joined St. Pat's. So what? That would have been about 2010. I must have been about 11 years old.
Yeah,
That's a long time, man.
and wasn't I the first person to come up to you and say, "Hey, Tyson"?
Yeah,
I
I think
introduced myself.
I think my memory,
Mate.
or at least if you weren't the first person, you would have been like one of the first kids who, yeah, came up to me, and you know what it's like with being in a new school. You don't know anyone,
Yeah, I
trying to
just
work
wanted
stuff out.
to make you feel welcome and make a new friend
Yeah,
and all that
and yeah,
sort
and
of Yahoo stuff.
a bit of Yahoo stuff, bit of shit talk, bit of banter,
Yeah,
and yeah, like we sort of became really good mates after that. After that sort of that first day catch up,
yeah,
and then yeah, and well, I mean, so what? That was 2010,
yeah.
2022.
And then a month later, you got was it appendicitis? You
Yeah,
got
dude.
real bad.
I don't know if it was a month later. I think it was a little bit, maybe a wee while after that. But yeah, acute
And then
appendicitis, man.
I think I called you up to try and do swapsies with, was it Saints Row? That
No,
game?
so by this point, I think we had already been mates. We'd been catching up for however many months before I had my appendicitis. And we'd swapped games, and I remember. And you had Saints Row 2, and I had Call of Duty World at War.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, yeah. And
Yeah,
then
that game was mean as like.
we did the swap, and
Yeah,
then I got super sick, ended up in hospital for like, what, a month and a half. Fully had to recover, but got to play my Xbox in there.
yeah.
And so I played Saints Row 2, and you were playing my Call of Duty. And then meanwhile, you had all the boys around, who were like Sam and some of the other guys that have appeared in some of these videos with us before. All the
Yeah.
boys playing like Call of Duty rounds and matches
And
and stuff.
especially like
Zombies.
yeah, they even play that game like with my cousin Ethan.
Ethan, yeah, he
Yeah,
was a
yeah.
good fella, man. He was
Yeah, no,
a fun gamer.
he's a pretty cool cousin.
Yeah.
Would help me out quite a bit and all that stuff. He's probably watching this right now. Suckers. No.
Hey
Yeah.
Ethan, how you doing, man? Long time no see.
Yeah.
Real long time, actually. Too long.
Yeah. Um.
So yeah, we used to. I mean, for how many years did we just? Because it was a few years that I was out at St. Pat's. What, a couple of years, maybe 2.5 years, and in that time there was a whole group of us, who used to go around and after schools go and play games at your place, or like used to catch up.
Like Jeff and Alex and Sam
All the old
and
school
all that
boys.
sort of stuff.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
good times. And what was it? Mainly just Call of Duty rounds. We used to play Halo as well. Halo was good fun. Eli would come and play. Ethan mainly played COD with us.
Yeah.
Always whip our asses every time.
Yeah.
And then a short time while you ended up going, oh, not a short time, but a wee while after, you went to Christchurch.
Yeah.
And so we sort of like,
In a way, like Christchurch, like it kind of was one of the best moments of my life to move up to the big city. It was so exciting. Got to have it start a new life, but mostly, the only thing I really missed leaving behind is like my mates who knew me, like who I was from the get go, and all that.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's the way it goes, man. I mean, I think it happens for any kid who, if whether you're moving to a different school or to a different town or whatever, it's all, yeah, because that's all you know generally is your friends, and then it's quite hard having to leave them and then move
Yeah,
on.
like leave them and then like you got to start fresh and make new mates and that.
Yeah, and that's always hard, especially when you're a kid. Like, how old were you when you left? You must have been 12.
About 14.
Oh, 14. So,
Oh wait,
Were you still
Yeah,
primary?
14. Yeah.
Oh, because you're. Oh, that's right. I always forget you're like a little bit older than
Yeah,
the
yeah.
rest of
Just
us.
1 year below.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you remember at St. Pat's when all the kids did like a hugger for you on the way out?
Oh, jeez.
How did you feel about that? How did you find that?
Back
Were you
then
quite
I
like
was a bit.
flabbergasted?
I felt a bit awkward, but now I look at it like it shows the impact I got to give the other kids at that school and all
Yeah.
that. But yeah.
So like, talk me through, because when you had first gone up to Christchurch, we'd sort of like lost a bit of contact as mates do when you go to different cities and stuff, and then we ended up catching back up later on. What was
Because
it?
I think before we left, we had a bit of a falling out.
Bit of a
But
tussle.
we don't have to explain that too much in this video.
Don't have to call.
But
You have like
that's
like.
the way it is. Like shit happens.
Well,
We
it's
move
real
on
funny.
and get over it.
Yeah. I find when you look at like kids, when you're a kid, like, and so many kids do as well. They'll have tussles or they have disagreements about just real like bullshit, like just
Yeah.
silly shit that you
Yeah,
and
just
I
over
later on
little-
as adults like
little
laugh
things.
about.
Yeah.
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 But like, talk me through that period. Like, what was it like coming up to Christchurch, having to like make new mates? Because you went to Riccarton High.
I was actually like, I was really excited and all that sort of stuff. Like, yeah, just ended up with a better life from then.
In what ways? Like, how was your life better? do you
I
reckon?
just had better care. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, like, getting to high school, going not only from primary school, but then going to. Oh no, you did go to primary school up in Christchurch, hey, for a bit.
No.
Was it just straight to?
I went to go to Mariehow for like a term.
Yeah.
Because they're building like a special toilet at Riccarton,
Ah,
where like so I can go to the toilet and stuff.
yeah.
But I didn't really like going to toilet at school because I was worried what like kids would see. But now I just like you need to go, and if that's the only way, so be it.
Oh yeah, man. Everything's always better out than in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you spend a bit of brief time there, and then you go to Riccarton. What's that whole transition into high school life like for you? How do you find that?
Oh, like the first year was all good. Like it was such a cool school. Like so many cool people. But then the next year later, like there's so many stuck up people. But no offense to, they're probably not stuck up now. But like, yeah, the worst time was because I told heaps of people I wanted to be a rapper, and there's this kid who, not gonna say names because
We
I don't want
need
to
drop
give them
names.
clout, but yeah, that there's this kid who keep asking if I wanted to rap battle, so I did that, and then like I wasn't ready to rap in front of people, but yeah, that's just when I sort of just stuttered on some of the words, and it just felt like I like humanity. How do you say it? It just felt like I was a joke.
Like humiliating.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the word. Yeah. But now I look at it like I wouldn't be who I am today if that happened. So in a way, it made me stronger. So like, yeah, karma will just bite them on the ass. They probably already have.
I think karma's definitely as I've said to you a million times, man, I think karma is definitely a thing. The more good energy you put into life or into other people, then it will come back. But I mean, if you're just a piece of shit, or if you're just a dick all the time, people are just real arrogant, stuck up, then in some way or another, you might do well, and then but eventually it will just come around right on the fucking right on the tail.
But the one thing is like when you're young, like you might be just joking around, like yeah, that's all good to joke around, but for some people, it really gets to them.
Yeah.
But in a way, like me going through all that, I kind of thank them for that. Like it makes me a greater person. But like if I seen them in the street, I'd show them love.
Yeah.
Because you know, like that's what idiots kids do, you know.
Well, and that's the thing, man. Like it's part of that whole growing up process, you know. People working out who they are, who they're gonna be, and then you add into the mix of growing up with different groups of people. You're gonna adopt those different traits of the different people that you're with, whether they're good people, whether they're not so good people. And then as a result, but as you go back to the whole having to put up with bullshit from people, I think with the hardest of people, who have the hardest spirits, are the ones who have to go through the bullshit, and they're the ones that, some people don't do well in those sort of situations, but the ones that do, they're the ones who are fucking strong, resilient people. Because they've gone through that drama and all that, and they've come out on the other side better people.
Yeah. Exactly.